lovely people, it's Nicole, and today I am doing the Avatar The Last Airbender tag. This was created by a clockwork reader, so I link her original video in the doobly-doo, but like, I felt like this was appropriate considering the recent news from Netflix that like, they're bringing ATLA back. They're just doing a live action version of ATLA, and I am like, excited because the original showrunners are involved and they've specifically said that they're gonna make it a culturally appropriate, non-whitewashed cast, and hopefully they'll keep in the humor that the original show had. I'm just very nervous because, as any Avatar fan knows, we have been burned by live action before. So fingers crossed. But let's just jump right on into this tag. First, we are dealing with the Water Nation. The first prompt is Katara and Sokka, or the best sibling relationship, and for that I chose the entire Blackthorn family from Cassandra Clare's Dark Artifices series. This is a huge family. There's like 8 of them, but they're so great and so endearing, and I just absolutely fell in love with every single member of this family. Julian is such a good like caretaker for his younger siblings. Ty and Livy, oh my god, I just want to like wrap them up in a bundle and snuggle. Tavi is adorable, and I just love every single member of this family. I cannot wait to see Ty, Kit, and Drew be like the leads in Wicked Powers. I want these people to be happy. Knowing Cassie Clare, it's not gonna happen. Next is Yue, or your favorite star-crossed lovers, and with that I have Kath and Jess from Heartless. The way that Marissa Meyer wrote these two broke my heart. I just want them to be happy. Why can't characters in books just be happy? They're just torn apart over and over and over again, and like, the way that that relationship eventually builds to like Kath being the Queen of Hearts. It's not a spoiler because like the premise is that it's a Queen of Hearts origin story. It's just so well done, and I bow to Marissa Meyer. Like, it's so good. And the third question in the Water Tribe is bloodbending, or a story with a disturbing or unsettling concept. And for that, I have Slice of Cherry by Dia Reeves. I read this forever ago, probably when I was too young to read it, but the premise is that it's these daughters of a serial killer, like a brutal serial killer, who are now teenagers. They're like starting to feel the urge to kill, and it gets kind of a little weirdly maybe supernatural, but it's one of those things that like, it's not really clear if it's actually getting magical or if people are just like getting kind of mentally unbalanced, and it's just such a wild ride and like one of the creepiest books I've ever read. Next up, we are going to the Earth Kingdom, and the first question for that is Toph, or a character whose strength surprised you or the people in the book. And for that, I have Evelyn Hugo from Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Evelyn is amazing. She has so much depth and strength. She is the most Slytherin of all Slytherins. She's incredible. But everyone in this book just kind of assumed she was like kind of a bimbo movie star, but as she explains her story, you learn so much depth to her and like so much adversity that she had to push through, and just how strong she really is, and it's such an incredible character study. Next is the Tales of Ba Sing Se, or your favorite short story collection or book of poetry, and for that I have Graffiti by Savannah Brown. Savannah's poetry, it has this incredible cadence to it that just makes it feels like it's just like rolling, and it's so good. She uses rhyme in a really clever way. The rhymes take you a little bit by surprise, and they're so innovative and clever. She also addresses a lot of really interesting topics of anxiety, and it's just so well done, and I am absolutely obsessed with her work, and I cannot wait to read her first novel, which is coming out soon. And finally, for the Earth Kingdom, we have the Kyoshi Warriors, or your favorite warrior character, and like, come on. Annabeth Chase, like, obviously. She's a badass. I would let her murder me. She has been my like #1 badass girl crush since I was like 8. So next we are heading over to the Fire Nation, and the first question there is Zuko, either a character who got the best redemption arc or a redemption arc you wish had happened, and for that I'm gonna say Murtagh from Aragon, or The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. This is gonna get like a little spoilery, kind of, but like, it's been out for a while, so you know. Murtagh has a really interesting journey throughout this series, and in the last book he kind of gets a redemption arc. It's more kind of a hinted at potential maybe redemption arc, and I just want like the full all better, you know, kiss and make up kind of redemption arc. Because he's a great character. He's so interesting. I just want more. Christopher Paolini, give me more. The next question is Iroh, and of course the prompt for which is the wisest character. And for that, I actually had a really hard time thinking about this because I didn't want to just go with like your stereotypical like Dumbledore or Gandalf. Like obviously like the wise old men who teach the heroes are all over the place. But for this, I'm actually gonna say Tristan from Stardust by Neil Gaiman. He like definitely doesn't fit this prompt in the beginning of the book. But as he grows and learns his journey throughout the book and where he ends up, like by the epilogue or the last chapter, I don't remember if it's actually technically an epilogue, he has so much incredible growth and he becomes this really intelligent, wise, capable young man. And I have a lot of respect for his journey, and I think it was so well handled by Neil Gaiman that it didn't just feel like, oh, you know, he meets this pretty girl and all of a sudden he's been transformed. Like, he has a really great trajectory of growth that I think is so well done. Next is Azula, or the greatest downfall, and for that, Rico from the Foxhole Court, or the All for the Game series by Nora Sakovic. Look, Rico is like my most hated villain. Like, he's usurped Umbridge's position. When I read this series, Rico is the fucking devil. I hate him with a burning passion, and watching him get his karmic due at the end of the series is so satisfying. It's so satisfying. It's great. I would pay so much money just to be able to watch not even like a full adaptation of the series, but just the scenes that are like Neil's rant to Rico or like Andrew breaking Rico's arm. Oh my god. And finally, moving on to the air nomads, the first question is Appa, or your favorite fictional pet, and for that I'm going to go with Bubbles from the Lumberjane series. One of the reasons I love Bubbles is because like he was so unexpected. So if you haven't read Lumberjanes, you see this character who has like a raccoon hat, and like going into it I was like, that's kind of weird, like this is a really progressive feminist comic. Why do we have this character who has this like raccoon skin hat? Yeah, turns out it's not a raccoon skin hat, it's just like her friend Bubbles, the raccoon, who just like hangs out on her head. And it's so funny. He pops up in the funniest places. Also, though, like special mention to the cats from later in the series. There are these cats that gain like magic powers, but they're all kind of stupid magic powers. Like there's a cat with laser eyes, but instead of like laser eyes that actually are like harmful, they're just like laser pointer eyes. So cute. Next question is Aang, or the Purest cinnamon roll, and I'm actually gonna go back to Lumberjanes because like Ripley is just so pure. So pure. She has so much energy and she's so cute and enthusiastic, and she just like wants to have fun, and she's like bouncing off the walls all the time, and she's just so pure and wonderful, and I adore her. And the final question is the Avatar state, or a stubborn character, and for that I have Rose Hathaway from the Vampire Academy series. I don't know why I have been in such a Vampire Academy like mood recently. I just want to reread the entire series, but I do not have time for that. Rose is our main character, and she is so stubborn, both in her love life, in like going after the guy she wants, and her training to become a guardian, and just every aspect of her life. Like, she knows what she wants and she's gonna go after it, and if you don't like it, like, you can piss off. And the best part is that like not only is she stubborn, but she has the badassery to like back it up. Alright, so that was the Avatar: The Last Airbender tag. Let me know what you guys thought of any of these books in the comments, or what your answers to any of these questions are. I'd love to hear from you. I love you, and I will see you later. Bye!